Hello there, Facebook. We are live. Happy New Year, and I want to welcome you. My name is Kristen Nolan. I want to welcome you to my very first Fit for Success podcast on Be Live TV. And I'm also known, for those of you who don't know me, as the High Performance Health Mentor. And I've designed this Fit for Success podcast to help you keep your body energized on a limited time budget. And with each podcast, I interview different powerhouse women who are making an effort to keep their bodies healthy so that they can stay on top of their mental and physical game and accomplish all of their business goals. So today I have the most awesome expert here live with me. Her name is Dr. Sarah Reiff, and she is amazing. She's the founder of True Focus Coaching, and she's a speaker, a coach, and a psychologist with 20 years of experience helping people create the lives that they crave. She is passionate about helping smart people, that's you, if you're watching, having a hard time managing their time and their tasks to figure out a way that works for them. She believes that you have to find the time management system that works for you, and solutions are found by paying attention to the present moment, and that just like Michelangelo had to chip away at the stone to find the statue, we have to get rid of the extra stuff that isn't the core of your life to find the systems that work for you. I absolutely love that about Sarah. She never just tries to lay a system on you. She really helps you truly discover the systems and the structures and the tools that truly work for you in your life. So with all that said, welcome, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me, Kristen. It's so exciting to be here.
Yay. And I just want to make this cool announcement that this is Sarah's first live stream on Facebook.
Woo!
I love helping people do things for the first time. This is awesome. So great. Well, I want to just jump right into this because Sarah has a ton to share with you today. Sarah, why don't you go ahead and start by telling our audience a little bit about your background and the work that you're currently doing?
Absolutely. So I'm known as the Time Matters expert, and I really got started helping people with managing their time and their tasks in a way that works for them because I came to it from my own difficulties. So way back when I went to graduate school, I got really overwhelmed with the amount of work I needed to do. I needed to figure out how to plan long research projects over months, years, and I really had to do that while I was also figuring out how to be a graduate student, write grants, take care of myself, and have relationships, right? So it got very overwhelming for me. So I got stuck in my own overwhelm and procrastination. And since that time, I've really been working hard on figuring out what are the systems that work for me so that I can easily do the things that are most important in my life. So what I have done over the last 20 years is really get clear on what I love to do with people. And I started out way back when as a clinical psychologist. And in that process, again, I really learned that I did okay when I was taking care of myself. But when I wasn't taking care of myself, when I wasn't really focused on the systems and the structures and the things that I love to do and the people that I love to be with, that life wasn't good for me. And I decided I didn't want to live that way. So after being a clinical psychologist for a while, balancing a research job and also psychotherapy, because I did both, I got to a point where, I really had my dream job, and I realized that it wasn't where I wanted to be anymore. And I was so consistently in overwhelm and exhaustion, and really hit a wall. So I had to dig really deep and decide what my next steps were. And what I knew was that I really loved helping people get clear on the next best step for themselves and going from good to great. So I, about 12 years ago now, became a coach. And this was way back before coaching was so popular. Now it seems like everybody's some kind of a coach. Well, very few people knew what coaching was then. And my colleagues all thought I was a nut job because I'm a clinical psychologist and now I'm going to be a coach, right? Yeah. So I had to dig deep. I want you guys to know I've made my own really hard decisions in terms of being clear about how I want to spend my own moments and moving forward from there. Right. So I had to leave this career that I knew, you just don't step away from being a research psychologist and then decide you're going to come back. I was doing like grants funded by the National Institutes of Health. And, you just don't sort of step away from that and decide a couple of years you're going to come back into it. So I knew if I left, it was going to be a big shift. So I dug really deep and I realized it was the right thing for me. And that's when I started my coaching career. And through those 10 years, I've gotten really clear on what I love to do is help smart people that know what to do, but just aren't doing it, figure out a way to manage their time and their tasks so that they can make their moments meaningful, so that they can use their time in ways that are most important to them. So that's what I love to do, and that's what I do every day in my business and in my life now. I run a company called True Focus Coaching, and I run, I do coaching programs that are either group or VIP private coaching programs, all aimed at helping smart people do more of what they want to do in a way that works for them so they can really reach that next level in their life. The people that I work with really feel like time management is the one thing that's keeping them from getting to the next level in their life.
I love this so much because it's so true. And think about how many, you already know this, how many hours in the day you can save by being more productive and managing your time and your tasks at the next level. That's really when you have the time to be creative and to grow your business in a way that you really want and that serves not only your employees, your company, your vision, but also the life that you really want to have. So I absolutely love that, Sarah.
Absolutely.
So, I can't think of a better person to actually have on this show in this moment, because as people are starting to gear up for 2017, I know that many like to refocus on self-care and health, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. And they do a really good job of it for maybe a month and then they kind of teeter off. And I think what happens at that time, right, is everybody feels like they are just too busy to take care of themselves. But you do an amazing job of sustaining this all year long, and your schedule is packed, and I know this. So how do you find the time to take care of yourself, and how do you help your clients make the time to integrate self-care, since you know that it's so important?
I love this question. The answer is a little bit different for everybody. And I can tell you what's worked for me. I've developed it over years, and I will say it always shifts a little bit. So for me, what I know about myself is that I need enough sleep. I need to eat healthy, nourishing food. And I need physical activity, and I need to be in nature. Okay, so those are the core things for me that really help fuel me. The other thing I would add there is I also make sure that I have some planned downtime in my week, and that's different from sleep. Okay, so sleep is not downtime. Sleep is a critical activity that helps maintain your body and your mind.
Okay, can I stop? move on because I know you're about to say more brilliant nuggets, but I just want our audience to think about what you just said. What you said is that you have chosen these 4 kind of pillars, right? Or almost these 4 actions that you need to happen daily and weekly in order for you to feel your best. And it was being in nature, right? Eating nourishing food. Tell me the other ones.
Sleep and physical activity.
And physical activity, and then having downtime, right?
Yes.
So you pick those 5 things that you know absolutely need to happen, like non-negotiables, in order for you to move through your day and through your week successfully. Okay, I just wanted to point that out because I think that, that was such a brilliant piece of information that some people may just breeze past.
And the other distinction that I really made for myself and my clients is that downtime is different than sleep time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we all need those 4 activities that I talked about, and we need to work them in a way that's going to work best for us.
Right.
Right? So a long time ago, I spoke to a client. I was doing a workshop on how to fit healthy activities into your day, right? Very similar to the conversation we're going to have today. And I gave this hour-long workshop. I had people set some goals. And the next thing that happened was if people wanted to follow up with me, they could. So I meet with this gentleman, have the half-an-hour follow-up, and the next thing that happens is he says to me, I haven't done anything we talked about. Right? And I'm thinking, I have a half an hour. How am I going to help this guy? Right? He says, I never do anything that I say I'm going to do, and I did nothing. So I took a deep breath, and I said, well, what were the goals that you set coming out of that meeting, the training that we did? And he said, well, I wanted to exercise more. And I said, how did I exercise more? Or how did you exercise more? And he says, well, I started walking the dog and now he wakes me up every morning and takes me and I have to go walk him. Right? So I knew in that moment, here's this guy who thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how to move forward on these steps. And he actually didn't think he moved forward on any steps, but he did when I went back and talked him through it. And what happened was we realized that the structure of him starting to walk his dog created more structure for him. So his dog reminded him to go exercise and to be outside, right? Yeah. So one of the things that's really important here is for you to figure out not only what are those key behaviors for you, but also what are those key reminders? What's the key structure that reminds you what to do? Right. Okay. And I'm just wondering, Kristen, do we need to touch base on sound? Is sound okay now, or do I need to plug in a headset?
Sound sounds good right now.
Okay. Let me know again, just for the whole audience, I'm a Facebook Live newbie. So if we need to just take a moment, please bear with us. And we want you to have a really good interview today.
Yeah.
Good contact.
It was just echoey for a little second and now it stopped. So I think we're totally fine on that. But okay. So basically what you did was you helped your client understand that he actually had made some great headway. It's just that maybe it didn't look like everybody else's plan.
Exactly. So we really need to set up the systems that work for ourselves, right? So one of the reasons why I mentioned sleep, because I know it's so important for me, and I'm one of those people that I optimally need like 9 hours of sleep a night. I don't always get that, but I try and plan it in so that at least, most nights in the week, I get that amount of sleep. Now, I know there's lots of people out there thinking, oh my goodness, there's no way I could ever work that in. Well, here's the reality. When I get enough sleep, I'm much more effective during the day. I get things done more easily. I cause less problems for myself because I make fewer mistakes, right? I'm just better at what I do, and I'm a better person in the world. So I make the time for that. I also happen to have a body that if I don't take care of it, it really tells me, right? And there's like a really big impact. I feel crappy. Okay. So for better, for worse, I get a lot of feedback if I don't take care of myself. So, and sleep is one of those things. So right now, everybody who's watching probably knows in their gut, there's a few things that are really, really important to them, that if they don't do those things, then they just feel off, right? So that's often the first place to start. And then you want to figure out what is the structure, the support that helps you get it into the week. And also knowing that just because you're adding something into the week doesn't mean that you're necessarily taking away from somebody else, something else.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does. In fact, you're probably adding to it because you've clearly determined that something like not getting enough sleep is very telling for your productivity, your ability to focus, right? Your ability to complete your time and your task, your task in a time frame that's actually efficient, right? So if you're completing your time and your tasks more efficiently, then you have more time to spend with the people that you love, be present with them, and pull in